The COVID pandemic has been a revealing factor and a catalyst in the challenge of climate change. We, as finance ministers, have a key role to play. Yes, the pandemic urges us to act in this context, to go from the billions to the trillions of dollars and euros that we need to mobilize. The very recent good news is that the United States has decided to join the Paris Agreement again. We welcome that wholeheartedly, underlining the fact that we need to act together and fast as finance ministers. This is exactly what Europe has done by setting up a recovery and resilience fund to help our economies to build back better, but ensuring also that 37% of those investments are dedicated to investments that are focusing on climate change and the environment. That's very good news, and it's quite an innovation as we embrace that all together. So Europe is in itself one of the players that enhances multilateralism. But it's not enough that governments and international institutions are active. We also need to crowd in the private sector. In 2007, the first green bonds were issued by the European Investment Bank and the World Bank. For the first time, we have now reached the benchmark of 1 trillion such green bonds. That's not enough. We need much more. In the investment fund industry, we can see a similar evolution with 1.6 trillion of assets that are sustainable in the investment funds, with a high growth in the last quarter of last year. We all have a role to play, including national governments. We have taken our responsibility very seriously and issued a framework, a legal framework, which is the first in the world. It's a world premiere, which has a description of what is a sustainability bond. We have used that framework to issue the first sustainability bond in Europe, and it was oversubscribed quite substantially, thus underlining the commitment of the private sector to act together with the public sector, with governments that we represent, together with us finance ministers. Let me thank the Chilean presidency and the Finnish presidency that are outgoing ones, and wish well to the new coming Indonesian presidency, accompanied by the Finnish presidency that ensures the continuity. I've been participating to all the meetings of the finance ministers in this coalition for climate change, and I'm glad to be able to make this message in this modern way of digitalization.